ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततत्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। 14th shloka onwards. देवद्विजगुरुप्राज्ञपूजनं शौचमार्जवम्।
Ramesh, you are on mute.
देवद्विजगुरुप्राज्ञ पूजनं शौचमार्जवम्
ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च
ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च
शारीरं तप उच्यते।
शारीरं तप उच्यते।
अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यम्
अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यं
सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत्
सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत्
स्वाध्यायाभ्यसनं चैव
स्वाध्यायाभ्यसनं चैव
वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते।
वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते।
मनः प्रसादः सौम्यत्वम्
मनः प्रसादः सौम्यत्वम्
मौनमात्मविनिग्रहः
मौनमात्मविनिग्रहः
भावसंशुद्धिरित्येतत्।
भावसंशुद्धिरित्येतत्
तपो मानसमुच्यते।
तपोमानसमुच्यते।
श्रद्धया परया तप्तम्
श्रद्धया परया तप्तम्
तपस्तत्त्रिविधं नरः।
तपस्तत्त्रिविधं
नरैः अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्युक्तैः
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्युक्तैः
सात्विकं परिचक्षते।
सात्विकं परिचक्षते।
सत्कारमानपूजार्थम्
सत्कारमानपूजार्थम्
तपोदम्भेन चैव यत्
तपोदम्भेन चैव यत्
क्रियते तदिह प्रोक्तम्।
क्रियते तदिह प्रोक्तम्।
राजसं चलमध्रुवम्।
राजसं चलमध्रुवम्।
मूढग्राहेणात्मनो यत्
मूढग्राहेणात्मनो यत्
पीडया क्रियते तपः।
पीडया क्रियते तपः
परस्योत्सादनार्थं वा
परस्योत्सादनार्थं वा
तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्
तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्
दातव्यमिति यद्दानम्
दातव्यमिति यद्दानम्
दीयतेऽनुपकारिणे
दीयते अनुपकारिणे
देशे काले च पात्रे च
देशे काले च पात्रे च
तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतम्
तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतम्
यत्तु प्रत्युपकारार्थम्
यत्तु प्रत्युपकारार्थं
फलमुद्दिश्य वा पुनः
फलमुद्दिश्य वा पुनः
दीयते च परिक्लिष्टम्
दीयते च परिक्लिष्टम्
तद्दानं राजसंस्मृतम्
तद्दानं राजसंस्मृतम्
So in the last class, we started studying the first shloka on Dhanam, number 20. Satvikam Dhanam. Tad Dhanam Satvikam Smritam. We saw that in the last class. Dhanam was the fourth among the things he wanted to talk about. Aharaha. So seventh shloka. Aharastvapi sarvasya trividho bhavati kriyaha. Yajnaha tapaha tata dhanam. So dhanam is what we are now looking at. Tatvikam dhanam. We saw that anupakarine. So nishkama bhavena. Datavyam iti. It must be done by me. No questions asked. Therefore, dhanam itself becomes an end in itself. A person who considers dhanam as an end in itself, not even expecting punyam out of it, that kind of a dhanam is called satvikam dhanam. Okay? Nishkama dhanam. All right, we saw that last time. So now is going to talk about rajasam dhanam. Yattu pratyupakarartham palamuddishya vapunaha. Taddanam rajasam smritam. That kind of dhanam is going to be called as rajasam. So here, there is not going to be nishkama dhanam, obviously. It's going to be sakama dhanam. Sakama dhanam. So I want something out of it, out of the dhanam I'm going to give now. So, because the person is not mature enough, and even a mature person, a non-Vedic mature person also will quickly understand that, the way the world works, it's all going to be give and take. Without give and take, the world will fall apart. So, like in a concert or a drama, in a drama that people are acting, it will fall apart if people don't, there is no coherence. And that drama ecosystem has to be there on the stage ecosystem has to be maintained. And if somebody is not doing their role, little bit forgot the lines, somebody will come and pitch in and adapt to that situation. Audience will not know. So that's how it should work. And or a concert where so many people are playing. And so everybody's role becomes very important. No role is small. As Swamiji would say, that, the person who does jalra in our concerts sometimes, or the person who does symbols in the Western concerts, pung, pung, like that. So that guy decides, only once in 5 minutes I'm doing this. Everybody else is constantly doing, I also should do like this, So he starts doing like this. Don't work, don't work. So everybody has a role to play. And so when I see that, then Datavyam iti dhanam becomes obvious, in fact. But this person, for some benefit, either a worldly benefit, immediate benefit in this Vyavaharika, some benefit I can get now. I'm willing to wait, but I want some benefit from this. Or from future benefit. Punyam I want. For a Vedic person, Punyam is very important. Other religions also talk about possibly talk about punya in some form. So look at this. Yat tu pratyupakarartham. On the other hand, tu, in contrast to that satvikam dhanam, right? Tu vailakshanya dyotanartham. Tu. So tu means in order to contrast from what was said just some time ago, that's what that tu highlights. On the other hand, yat dhanam pratyupakarartham diyate. That dhanam which is given with the intention of expecting upakara. Upakara is help, but pratyupakara is return help. You must help me. I'm giving you something, therefore you must help me sometime later. That's the expectation. Expecting something in return. That's the meaning. And then phalam va punaha. And again, va punaha. Phalam uddishya. See, pratyupakaram itself is phalam uddishya. Because I'm expecting a return, some benefit only I'm expecting. I'm not expecting some lati charge. I'm not expecting. I'm expecting something good only. And so, but therefore, Shankaracharya, look at that. He says, Asya dhanasya me bhavishyati adrishtam iti. Palam there is adrishta palam. Within brackets, you have to say. Why? Because palam pratyupakarartham is already talking about vyavaharika palam. In this world, while I'm living, I need some benefit. That is pratyupakara. So here phalam is what? Adrishta phalam. I want some punyam out of this. This dana. Okay? That's what Shankaracharya says. And so why? Because the Vedic culture, it is very common. It's very common that everybody has a bank account. The karma bank account is there. And the name of the bank is called Dena Bank. Some of you are laughing. All of you are laughing. Okay. So I think looks like everybody knows about this Dena Bank. I thought I was the only one who didn't know. You see occasionally this Dena Bank. And so the Dena Bank, but every Dena Bank, Swamiji says is a Lena Bank. So first they will take it from you, then only they will give. They can't give unless they have. And so our Dharma bank account also is like that, it seems. Means I have to deposit some money, some punyam, only then I can withdraw that punyam. And therefore, this idea is very popular. And therefore, phalam uddishya. For the sake of punyam, we do a lot of good things. That's good. That's nothing wrong. That's nice. What Shankara is, Krishna is going to say, that is Rajasam Dan. All right. Not only that, diyate cha pariklishta. Klishtam. Klishtam means pain, difficulty, sorrow, troubled. A dhanam which is accompanied by this pain, hurting me. When I give this, I feel a lot of hurt. Somehow I have to give, but then I'm not able to give also. These two things clash, there's a conflicting idea. That is called pariklishtam. A dhanam that is accompanied by pain. And Shankaracharya says, kheda samyuktam. Hindi mein khed bolte hain na, khed. Khed. So, regret. I give with regret. I give it, there's some gloom. When I give, I become unhappy. So that is what it is. Krishna is Krishna. So these are all very simple things for him. So, but at one time I remember Swamiji saying, somebody, see, okay, there are some annual day, program in the ashram, which becomes a fundraiser. That's the time people give funds, donation to the ashram. And so Swamiji would say, if you don't know how much to give, I'll give you a technique. You keep on giving until it begins to hurt. Until it begins to hurt. That's when, that is where you determine how much to give. Okay. 5,000 rupees is nothing. Okay. Give more. 10,000. Give more. 20,000. Give more. 40,000. Give more. 1 lakh. Do that. We need all that money. And then it pains. Okay. That's a reasonable starting point. And so that's a different kind of hurt. But that is the hurt here. Pariklishtam. No, I want to do Satvikam Dhanam. I want to give Dhanam without pain, so I give less. No, that's not the reason. Don't give less because give more. All right. Tad Dhanam Rajasam Smritam. That kind of Dhanam is called Rajasam Dhanam. Smritam. Smritam is often used in these Subhashitas and these Shlokas. Smritam is called Dhanam. That kind of Dhanam is termed as Dhanam, is considered as, that's the word. Smritam also means to recollect, Smriti, recollection. So that Dhanam is recollected. Krishna is saying, it is not my statement. This is how it was said. Purvajaihi. It was said. That is, I remember it. It's all remembered. Like that, Krishna can say that. And you don't know all these things, so I have to tell you all this. We've forgotten all these things. Why did we forget?
Imam
Imam, correct.
Vate
Imam,
Yogam.
imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave bravi evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu. Rajarshayo vidu. They know all this. Sakalena mahata yogo nashta parantapa. So all these ideas are all gone, slowly disappear. And so, Mahata Kalin, due to passage of a lot of time. Lot of time means what? Yugas. What is Kali Yuga? How long is a Kali Yuga?
432,000.
432,000. Okay. 4 lakhs, or in India they say 4 lakhs 32,000 years. And therefore, a Chatur Yuga is
4 times.
uh,
Sum of all those.
Double of 4 plus double, like that it goes on.
yeah. So therefore, it comes to 10 times 432, 4,320,000. All right, Mahata Kalena. Okay. And so, because this pendulum, see, when you look at the wall clock, these days, I don't know, this wall clocks have become rare. We used to have a wall clock. And the pendulum is going like this. Going like this. Going like this. Our Chaturika pendulum is a very slow pendulum. Kali Yuga itself is 432 years, So Satya Yuga is what? Times, and then 4 times, 6 times, something like that. So we have 4 times, I think. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 adds to 10. Okay. So 4 times Kali Yuga. Then it keeps going. Finally, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, and then this pendulum goes all the way to the end of Kali Yuga. Then what? It won't suddenly come to Satya Yuga. From Kali, you can't jump to Satya. It has to come like this only. Let's go back. Dwapara, then Treta, and then only Satya Yuga. Slow pendulum it is. So anyway, Mahata Kalena. So this kind of dhanam, sakama dhanam, is called Rajasam Dhanam, Smritam. I said all this because of the Smriti. All right, let's translate this. On the other hand, that dhanam which is given, for the sake of being helped in return, or keeping in view a result, result, within brackets, punyam to be gained later. That is Shankaracharya's words.
Or favorable future.
See, you can say favorable future, but future is punyam, afterlife. Yeah. So you can say later, if you understand later means next life also, then that's fine. So a result, phalam uddishya, result. Main thing is result. But Shankaracharya's words, punyam to be gained later. Yeah. Okay. Comma. And that which is accompanied with pain. That which is accompanied with pain is considered rajasika. On the other hand, that dhanam which is given for the sake of being helped in return, because upakara is help, comma, or keeping in view a result, within brackets, punyam to be gained later, close parenthesis, and that which is accompanied with pain is considered rajasika. Next shloka, number 22. Adeshakale yaddanam
अदेशकाले यद्दानम्
apatrebhyascha diyate
अपात्रेभ्यश्च दीयते
asatकृतमवज्ञातं
असत्कृतमवज्ञातम्
तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्
तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्
आदेशकाले यद्दानम्
अदेशकाले यद्दानम्
अपात्रेभ्यश्च दीयते
अपात्रेभ्यश्च दीयते
असत्कृतमवज्ञातम्
असत्कृतमवज्ञातम्
तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्.
तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्.
So in 20 he said deshe kale cha patre cha satvikam dhanam. So he is saying now adesha kale patrebhyah cha. So here it is the opposite of satvika dhanam, diametrically opposite, not just opposite, diametrically opposite. Adesha kale cha. So there we saw desha kala as places which are sacred, considered sacred, punya kshetrani we saw. And here, Shankaracharya, look at this. Apunya deshe. Okay, the meaning of adesha means apunyam. Apunya. It's the opposite of what we discussed last time. Apunya deshe, and then mlecha ashuchyadi sankirne. Very interesting. Mlecha, he uses the word mlecha. Mlecha. Okay. So it's a word that is used to describe people who are totally not part of the Vedic culture. Totally not part of Vedic culture, because of which the ideas are all very, very different and wrong as well. Wrong as well. And therefore, such people are called mlechas. Mlechas. And it generically, if you look at it, it means foreigners, barbarians, all these.
Muslims.
It was referring to Muslims, all these invaders, people who just came and occupied and finished off our culture. They're all called mlechas. And also speaking any language other than Sanskrit. Those days, that's what it was meant. Mlecha means you don't know Sanskrit. But we don't need to be shocked by the definition. Because you know why you should not be shocked? That means, all of us who don't know Sanskrit are mlechas. That's what, if you feel like that. The British people, when they came to India, and then they studied the country and all that after some time, there was a time when in Britain, if you wanted to be somebody, some status, which status chahiye aap, you have two things you should have done. You should have gone to India, you should know Sanskrit. Then you are somebody. Then you are worthy of a lot of respect. Okay, like an IAS here and all that. There's a lot of respect people get. Or IAM, people get respect. Like that it was. Sanskrit. Those people knew that Sanskrit was important. Therefore, we need not be shocked by that meaning of mlecha. One who does not see, this is all, this gives us, these data points give us some idea of the past. Because we don't know what the past is. We only know today. We don't know the past. So these things give those ideas. So Veda Bhakyaha, that is called, they are called mlechas, Veda Bhakya. Sometimes it's also used to refer to criminals, etc. Okay, just for your information. So bottom line is Adesha Akale also. Akale also we saw. So the Sankrantyadi and all Shankaracharya was saying. So there is a time to give also in a particular good time, and pick the date, pick a nice time of the day, and then initiate your bank transaction. Something like that. So that's what is being said, because you want that money to work for the other organization. You want it to work, and so prayerfully given, because you're not just giving. The money is hard-earned money, and so we want that money to do the job. And so prayerfully given means deshe kalecha yaddatavya. And so Akale, he says here also, he says, Punya hetutvena aprakhyate sankrantyadi vishesha rahite. Sankrantyadi vishesha rahite. A time that is bereft of just an arbitrary time. Shankara doesn't consider that as good. Aprakhyate, he says. Times that are not popularly mentioned in the Shastra. Okay. So all the times that we choose, starting from Punya Tithi onwards, everything. Rahu Kalam is Akalam, etc. Yamagandam is Akalam, like that. So many things are. Paurnami, and then Kartika, everybody, every day something they are doing. You ask them what they are doing today. Oh, they'll say Shani Pradosha. Shani Pradosha, that's it. They will say this. Oh, today is Saturday. Today is Pradosham also. Tritiya. I mean, the Trayodashi. And so, like this, somebody will say Shiva. Somebody will say Kartik. Today is Kartik Nakshatra. Therefore, I'm doing chanting for this one. Kanda Shashti Kavacham, they will say. Beautiful culture it is. You get to understand the culture. Without studying anything, you will get to understand it. So, Akali, all that becomes important for us. So, either not mentioned in the Shastram as Punyakalam or mentioned in the Shastram as Apunyakalam. Both are Akali. All right. Apatrebhyascha diyate. Patra. One was not worthy of receiving that dhanam. It's called apatram. Shankara says, Murkha taskara adibhyaha. Murkhaha. Murkhaha, he says. In English, we have a statement, right? A fool and his money are soon parted, or something like that. There is a particular statement. And as I was reminded of that when Shankara says Murkhaha. Murkha, he doesn't know how to use this. Use the dhanam that you're giving. And so, dhanam need not be money. It can be anything else. And taskara dibhyaha. Taskara is a thief, one who steals and all that. So, anyway, that is that. Asatkritam. Asatkritam. In there, he didn't say satkritam. Okay, here, asatkritam. And then avajnata. Two words are there here, which reflects the attitude with which the money is given. Yeah? That dhanam is given. What money? So, ill-treating a person to whom dhanam is about to be given, ill-treating the person. So, means giving a lot of trouble to the person. And so 100 rupees they ask, come tomorrow, and when will you give it back? Returning also, expecting he will not give it back. All this harassing the person, and that is called asatkar. Shankaracharya says, Priya Vachana Rahitam, Pada Prakshalana Pujadi Rahitam. Because that's what he said earlier, Satkritam, Satkaryam he said. And so here, bereft of all these things. Priya Vachanam is not there. So with all anger, angry words, everything, you give. That is called Asatkritam, Karyam. Through actions saying that I don't like what I'm doing. And I'm doing it to you, that too, that kind of feeling. Avajnatam is not saying, but mentally, it's an attitude with which it is given. An attitude of just contempt, slighting, and just you don't express it, but it's very obvious that that's the attitude behind the giving. And with a low opinion of the other person, all these things are there. And so that attitude is called avajna. We encountered this word some time ago. Okay, you can make a note, look it up later. 9:11. Okay, not New York 9/11. Chapter 9, Shloka number 11. Okay. Avajananti ma moodaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram. So there he had said. Avajananti. There he said. Not knowing me, not knowing me, my essential nature, Ishvara, Maheshwara, Parameshwara, not knowing me, they don't understand the value of bhakti and all the things I'm talking about in the Bhagavad. And on top of that, they criticize also. Avajananti, avajnanam there means also criticize. Shankaracharya says that. And so, being critical. And so, there we saw avajananti. Same thing here, avajna, right? Avajna. And Shankaracharya says, paribhava yuktam. Paribhava means contempt. So giving with that kind of an attitude. And Swamiji mentioned something very interesting. I never heard this before. He says, when Bhagavan wanted to beg, wanted to ask, he had to become small. You understood? Vamana. He became Vamana, it seems. I didn't hear this before. This is the first time I heard when I heard these talks. And so, because that feeling, already a person who is having to borrow, who's having to live off of some favors, is not going to have a good opinion to begin with. And when others are all living properly, why I can't? And the family is living in penury, poverty, and children are there. There's no livelihood. 4 children, 5th one is on the way. And what do you do with this kind of, how can this person, and children are just gnawing at you all the time, crying, I want this, I want that, this, that, everything. And helplessness. Already the guy is helpless. And so, and on top of that, you go ask somebody, that guy, parihasa, not accepted. That kind of attitude given or of the data is called avajna. Tat tamasam udahritam. That kind of danam, tat danam, tamasam udahritam is called as tamasa danam. So now if you ask, is tamasa danam better or adanam better? Suppose you ask. Or, I don't feel good giving, so I won't give. Not giving is good, So, which one is correct? No, not at all. Doesn't matter. Whatever be your attitude, tamasa danam, at least you do. At least you do. And you know why? Adana doshena bhavet daridra. Because this adana is a dosha. No, Danena, Adanam, Prara, and all we saw last time. Samaveda. So that Adana dosha is there, and Bhavet Daridra. This guy, because of this Daridra mentality, not giving. Next birth, it seems he will be born as a poor person in a poor family. Daridra he will become, and then what? Then Daridra dosha will be there because now poverty. Poverty is another dosha. You can't. Next meal where it's coming, we don't. That's the dosha. So Daridra doshena karoti papam. When in a poverty situation, it takes a lot of self-respect and lot of courage to not do a adharmic act. Correct? So cutting corners, stealing, walking away, borrowing money and walking away. So many that happens all the time here. And you give some money and then they say I'll borrow also this. And so you give them okay. And then they're not there at all. After that they change jobs or something, they're just gone. So this is very common because struggle. At home it's a struggle. And then what? Papam. Papat avashyam narakam prayati. Narakam. Narakam gachati. Punaha daridraha punareva papi. So this cycle continues. The only way to break this vicious cycle is you've got to do dana. Somehow, painful dana, do it. Painful it is, do it. Very painful. You hate giving money. Yeah, give money. Best. Where you have to give, at least give 5 rupees. Start from 5 rupees. Best. Because even among the homeless people, they are giving each other 5 rupees. Because somebody did not get any money that day. The other guy is saying, okay, go have something. Here, 10 rupees take. Between them itself, they are giving 5, 10 rupees. Why should I not give 10 rupees? Like that, we should go. So from this adhanam, then tamasika dhanam, then rajasika dhanam, then satvika dhanam. That's the progression. And so don't get stuck in this adhanam. That's the idea here. And so Swami gives an example. He says, it seems somebody told, don't do puja mechanically. Don't do puja mechanically. Don't do puja or don't chant mechanically. Okay, then I'll not chant. No. Chant mechanically, it's okay. Doesn't mean don't chant. It means don't chant mechanically. Next time you chant, Guruji said something about the shloka. Try to remember that and then chant. Like that, you should go. So, dana. So very interesting. The way nuances that are there in each of these things are well characterized, well delineated by Sri Krishna. So we should be able to make assessment. Suppose there is a this multinational corporation, and in their annual report, they are talking about their CSR program, charity, that corporate social responsibility initiatives. Then we should ask, we should be able to answer: is that what kind of dhanam it is? It is dhanam, no doubt. Is it what type of dhanam it is?
Rajasic.
Rajasika dhanam. All right. So it's not a straightforward answer also, because you have to look at how much they gave and what is the revenue. All this, if you start looking at, then you will find it might surprise you also. We don't know. Hey, for a company like this, small companies have given a greater share of their wealth, and this large company has given a minuscule portion. If you say, then there is some gradation and things. But yeah, that's the way to think through these things. Suppose I give you another example. There is an organization, there is a missionaries of charity. It's called missionaries of charity. And you see the word charity is there in the name of the organization. You know what I'm referring to. What kind of dhanam, if you ask, should be able to say, should be able to think through this and be able to say, okay, this kind of dhanam is like this, be able to say. And it's I'm referring to Mother Teresa, obviously. So these things are out in the open. We all need to know about Mother Teresa, know about all these things, and not blindly accept what is out there. So some books.
World Vision is similar.
Yeah.
World Vision.
Yeah. So ultimate destruction of culture. Destruction of culture, if you want to know how to do, these are the ways to do it. Books by Christopher Hitchens, Arup Chatterjee, very good. Mother Teresa, The Untold Story, all that. Because we are supposed to be living in a progressive society and all. So we should be aware of these things. Anyway, so Aharam, Yajnam, Danam, Tapaha, or Tapaha, Danam in that order. That was completed. This shloka completes that. All right. Let's translate this. That Danam which is given, that Danam which is given without respect.
Would that
In
be
brackets,
asarkritam? Would that be asarkritam without respect?
correct. So within brackets, that's what is coming. Improperly. So there is something spoken or something done which is improper. So that's better. That's why, an action has to be evident here. So without respect, within bracket, improperly and contemptuously, the attitude. That charity which is, or that dhanam which is given without respect, improperly and contemptuously, at the wrong place and wrong time, or inappropriate place and inappropriate time. And to unworthy recipients. It's called tamasika dhanam, or it's called tamasika. So there are two things, right? One is, how do you know if the recipient is worthy? So you have to make an assessment. There is an assessment there, some kind of a judgment, not a judgment, but you have to roughly know what it is. And once it's given, then you forget about it. Then you say, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, he's going to. So that's not needed. This kind of mulling you do before giving, not after giving. Correct? All this analysis you do before, not afterwards. All right. That dhanam which is given without respect, within brackets, improperly and contemptuously at the wrong place and the wrong time, and to unworthy recipients is called tamasika. All right. Next shloka. Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha
ॐ तत्सदिति निर्देशः
Brahmanastrividha Smritaha
ब्रह्मणस्त्रिविधः स्मृतः
Brahmanastena Vedascha
ब्राह्मणास्तेन वेदाश्च
Yajnascha Vihitah Pura
यज्ञाश्च विहिताः पुरा
Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha
ॐ तत्सदिति निर्देशः
Brahmanastrividha Smritaha
ब्रह्मणस्त्रिविधः स्मृतः
Brahmanastena Vedascha
ब्राह्मणास्तेन वेदाश्च
Yajñascha vihitah pura.
Yajñascha vihitah pura.
So this completes 22 completes that until Dhanam, all the different types, starting from Ahara, and before that also was given as three types: Satvikam, Rajasam, or Rajasikam, and Tamas. So here he gives various other facets of this Shraddhatraya Vibhaga. Okay, so Om Tat Sat Iti. Very interesting. So he's actually quoting, he's saying, he has some few things to say about this mantra, Om Tat Sat is a mantra. So it's a mantra that's popular among those who are you have studied the Shastram or who have gone to ashrams and so forth, who are used to listening to pravachanams, etc. So generally, when a pravachanam is over, a sannyasi will say Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat. At the end, towards the end, it's Om Tat Sat, Brahmarpanamastu. Like that, it's a common saying. Or they might, if it's a sannyasi, they will just say Om. Sannyasi can say Om. Nobody else can say Om just by itself. It's not non-traditional. Om Tat Sat. So Om Tat Sat iti nirdesha. Okay. So this Om, little elaboration on this. Om, Avaman. Om is derived also. Om is derived as a word also. Ava, Avarakshane, we saw Avarakshane. That Ava is there in this Om. Om is derived from the prefix Ava and then Man. Man, Avaman. Then it becomes Om. There is a particular derivation. And so, Rakshana, that idea of Rakshanam is there in Om, okay, in that word Om, meaning implying that Palanam, Rakshanam, protecting, the idea of protecting is there. Ishvara who is protecting. Om Tat, the Tat is Ishvara, Brahma, Tat Brahma, who can protect. And what kind of Brahma it is? Brahma that is not visible. In Kathopanishad, they saw that. Adrishyam, Adrishyam, is it?
Adrishyam, Anilayam, something like that.
Kathopanishad.
Asprishyam, Adrishyam.
Adrishyam, Asprishyam, and then Avyayam. It ends with Avyayam.
Yeah. Alambanam, Om Alambanam, Shreshtvasam, Shresht.
Tatha Rasam Nityamagattavachakit, like that it is. Anyway, it is not an object of perception at all. It is the Indriya Agocharam. It is Aprameyam. It is Achintyam also. You can't even objectify Brahman. You can't say, I know Brahma also. Because if I say, I know Brahman, it is like saying, I know so many things. And everything is objectified. It's an object of my perception, of my buddhi also. That is why in Kena Upanishad he says, Yadi manyase suvedeti. If you say, I understand Brahma very well, then that means you have not understood anything at all. Very little you have understood. Paroksham Brahma. You made Brahma into Paroksha. It is not even Paroksha. It is Aparoksha. It is you. And so like that there is a mantra. So this Tat refers to that Aprameyam Brahma. Okay. Adrishyam, Asparsham, Anandam Brahma. Okay. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Hey, what is that Brahma? If you say it is existence, it is Satyam, it is existence, not existence of an object. Existence not qualified by any object. It is existence unqualified. It is existence because of which any object can exist. That is Satyam, that is Sat. And therefore, Om Tat Sat means the existence by itself implies Nityam also, because only existence is Nityam, eternal. So the eternal aparoksham, incomprehensible Ishvara is called Om Tat Sat. Okay, protector. Om Avaman is protector is there. So you can say eternal, incomprehensible protector. Eternal, unobjectifiable protector is called Om Tat Sat. Rakshanakarta. Yes, if you want to translate everything into English. Om Tat Sat. All right. So that kind of a mantra, Nirdeshaha. Om Tat Sat iti Nirdeshaha. Nirdeshaha means it is stated that mantra is Brahmanaha Nirdeshaha. It is the name for Brahma. Name for Brahma. Nirdesha. Nirdesha means the name given to Brahma. These are the names. Trividaha Smrita. Okay, Brahmanaha Trividaha Smrita. It is known. Om, Tat, and Sat are known to be, well known to be the three names of Brahma. I thought we have many names. But suddenly Krishna says there are three names for Brahma. Many, many names. Every name is Vishwara's name. But here, three names of Brahma. Trividaha, Smritaha. The threefold expression of Brahma. And why is that? Why do you say so? That is given in the second line. Okay. Brahmanaha tena vedascha yajnascha vihitaha pura. So, this is interesting. So, the idea is that Brahmaji uttered this mantra before starting to create. Okay. Om, he said, Omkarascha Shabdascha Dvaveto Brahmanah Pura, there is a mantra. Omkarascha Shabdascha Dvaveto Brahmanah Pura Kantam Vidva Viniryatam Tasman Mangalika Ubhav. There is a mantra like that. Omkaraha and Om Atha was said in one mantra. They say Om and Atha. Therefore, the words Om and Atha are very sacred. And then here also, Om Tat Sat also was said by Brahmaji. Okay, before and during creation. And therefore, the implication is, therefore, seekers also, we also say that same mantra. That's the idea. And so, Swamiji gives a very interesting example. He says, it seems that inventor of the telephone, some Marconi or somebody, I don't remember now.
Graham Bell.
Alexander Graham Bell.
Graham Bell.
Alexander Bell.
Graham Bell, okay.
No, there's a controversy. There's a controversy in those two.
Okay.
Marconi or Graham Bell.
Okay, got it. So that person, it seems, said hello. That's it. No meaning. It's a meaningless thing there. And so all of us say hello after that. Swamiji says that. And so that's interesting. Therefore, Brahmaji said Om Tat Sat. Therefore, all of us say Om Tat Sat. Not meaningless. Not meaningless. Okay. And so this world is such a variegated world, multifaceted world, and that kind of a world Brahmaji has created. So full of wonders. But then there are three things in this universe that are really, really wonderful. That's really the wonder that you have to first talk about. After that, you can talk about anything else. What are those wonders? Brahmanaha, Yajnaha, and Vedaha. Okay. So, Brahmanaha, Vedaha, and Yajnaha. Okay. They are the greatest wonders. Okay. So, why? Let's look at Yajnaha. Yajnaha is a wonder. Not specifically referring to a fire ritual. No. We saw that in the chapter 4 was it or 6? We saw Yajna. 4, I think. So many different types of Yajnas are there, including Pranayama is a. So for us, Yajna idea is very important. And it's important because that's what will bring harmony to the human being and beyond, family and society and country and the entire universe. That's the concept of yajna. That is yajna. Because that recognition of harmony is there. And then every action should be converted to a yajna. And so therefore yajna becomes very important, right? And any action which contributes to the harmony of the universe is called a yajna. So now you have a new definition for it. Okay? That's why sahayajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadhivam yesha ostvishta kamadukku, he had said in the third chapter. Yeah, the third chapter he had said prajaha srishtva, having created human beings. And what kind of human beings? Along with yajnas. Because a human being, if they want to survive, they need yajna. How do you know? Well, the modern world is proving very well that without the yajna buddhi, what's happening to all the knowledge, all the science and all the progress? That PVR Narasimha Rao is predicting that there is going to be another war in the 2031 time. Yeah. And war. So you would think that progress means wars should reduce. So we have to decide what progress is. And so Sahayajna Prajashruta. So important it is. Anyway. So Pancha Mahayajna, in whichever form you appreciate it, we participate in this Pancha Mahayajna. And so that is Yajna. Now, to understand Yajna, you need the Veda. It is a Veda that talks about Yajna. Otherwise, you have to come up with your own ideas. And your ideas may or may not be acceptable to people. And what a struggle it is. What a struggle it is to educate people about human rights and this ecology, environmental importance and all. It's a struggle. Only now we are teaching them in schools. And even then, people use human rights. In the name of human rights, they come and do all kinds of this. So much complication. So Veda comes and validates everything and adds a few more things. Pancha Mahayajna is there. So Veda is what? Through the Veda only, Yajna is there, but through the Veda only, Yajna has to be understood. And then somebody Veda can't protect itself, herself. Can't protect. Who protects the Vedas? Brahmanaha. Brahma janati iti Brahmana. That is the definition of Brahmana here. Not Jati. Not a Jati Vishesha. The one who understands it, understands all. That person, that Sarvajnaha, that Jnani is called a Brahmana here. And therefore, that person will promote the Veda and therefore promote the Veda's teachings. Will talk about it, will not only promote but live that kind of a life. That person is a Brahmana. And so, without a Brahmana, there is no Veda. Without the Veda, there is no Yajna. Without Yajna, there is no harmony at all. Destruction is the ultimate result. Okay. Which we can see in our life, we are able to see. We have all these organizations called UN and this and that. What war UN is able to stop? Please tell me. Any war did UN or any other organization was able to stop? No. Because the UN itself was started by countries that wanted to dominate. Therefore, no organization is going to stop any war. Not possible at all. And so, that's the idea being mentioned here. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha brahmanaha trividaha smritaha. And he is giving the importance of this mantra. And then he will continue the discussion. Tasmad Om iti udahante and all will come later. So let's translate the shloka in the minute we have. Om Tat Sat is the threefold expression of Brahma. Brahman. Om Tat Sat, within quotes, is the threefold expression of Brahman. Correct? Om Tat Sat is the threefold expression of Brahman. Full stop. By that, Vihitaha I did not explain. Pura Vihitaha. So, created a long time ago. That is the meaning of Vihitaha Pura. By that, the Brahmanas, the Vedas, and Yajnas were created in the beginning. By that, the Brahmanas, the Vedas, and the Yajnas were created in the beginning. Let's repeat that. Om Tat Sat is the threefold expression of Brahman. Stop. By that, the Brahmanas, the Vedas, and Yajnas were created in the beginning. We continue. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Om Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Desho Yam Kshobharahitah Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayaah. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.